So, guys, you've been asking me, how do we do Lighthouse? How do we do Lighthouse? Well, I'm going to show you. PVE seems to play a little differently from PvP. Obviously, we haven't got to worry about other players on the map that may have spawned here. And in this particular case, they would have spawned here before us and cleared parts of the map. So, we're going to be taking our, we just took out the AGS gunner there. We're now looking towards the 50 cal emplacement at the front left of water treatment. We're coming from the right through the back side of the village. We just took out the 50 cal gunner there. If we were tighter to the wall, if he couldn't see us, he would have like run down the stairs and gone into cover and then gone back whenever. In this particular case, because he could see us, he challenged us, and we could then work an angle and get a shot off on him. Now there can be, I believe, up to 3 at the main gate or the front side here. We get lit up in a second by, I don't know what it is, but it's something. We just tend to ignore it. So our main focus here now is staying tight, not getting engaged by the PMCs on the left. Now, what you didn't see prior to this is I was up on Pride Rock. I was going to try and snipe the rogues. However, visibility was so poor that we just couldn't get a shot off. So, we had visibility of about up to, I don't know, maybe 110, 120 meters. So we had to come and do the heavy lifting ourselves. All right, so that's the third rogue down for us, and that is building 1. That's another Dushka emplacement. We're running, I don't know, either M80 or M62. I would always say with the rogues to run with bigger munitions than 5.56 and stuff like that. You can run whatever the hell you want, but in general I tend to run 7.6 by 51 or 39. It just seems to get the job done more consistently, as they have such high health pools. So when rotating in then from front left, we try to stay tight to the wall on the right. This is so that the AGS on building 2 doesn't engage us. It can still engage us here technically. Ignore this. This is a questionable nade. Absolutely highly, it's a thing of beauty. Look at that. Anyway, we're throwing a nade in through the window. We want to get the voice lines of the ground rogues if they're here. In this case, there's 2. Or is there 3? There's 2 or 3. Absolutely demonic. So they won't always push out like that if you nade in. It's only normally if you damage one of them. If you don't damage them, then they might just stay inside and run to the opposite side of the building. We just put another nade in just to confirm that was all of the rogues, because sometimes only like 1 rogue will voice line. So I've killed 2. They could be up to like 4 or 5 in there, plus PMCs, plus scavs. So we don't know what's going on. So we put 2 down, put another nade in, and we've got no voice line. So it's like, okay, well, let's put our arm back on, and because we're going to need that. And we're going to push in. My main objective here, I was literally just trying to get a radio repeater down for Lightkeeper. And the visibility is absolutely atrocious. This was just before, or just after Nikita's podcast this week. So I got another voice line then. Wasn't sure if it was the rogue on the roof. It was actually a scav voice line in like a rogue. So happy days. We're going to go in. We're going to play left side. The reason we're going to be playing left side is we will be able to take the majority, if not all of the fights, from the right, off the right shoulder. If we play left side, we play right side, and we're going to be basically shooting across ourselves. So we don't want to do that. I put a nade deep to make sure there was no one on the front side. Didn't get any audio for that. So okay, just push up. Now my main focus here is clearing immediately what's in front of me. Now up on the hill, where it's mined. There can be the PMC team from train station can push down, and they'll sort of they'll basically just beam you through the trees. So trying to bait some shots there, off in parts of my body whilst trying to clear to get those guys to take the bait. So we took down the AGS and the 50 cal gunner. We're now looking for the third man. We are, a little concerned about him, because if he doesn't show up, he might jump on the AGS when we're trying to rotate, which could be interesting. This guy seems to be a little more active at getting off the gun, and apparently he likes to eat 7.62. And he literally he jumps back on the gun in a second. Okay, so all you've got to do is just keep backing up until you see his head. The gun will be flat, horizontal, if he's on it, and it'll be sort of like a weird 45-degree angle pointing up into Narnia if he's not on the gun. I got, again, that scav sounded like a rogue. I pushed back in to clear him. I don't want to get shot in the back whilst transitioning to building 2. Building 3 on the far right, I'm not particularly concerned about the guys on the roof there at the moment. Primary focus right now is going to be dealing with scavs, PMCs and or ground rogues in and around the area of building 2. We'll keep our eyes up on the left just in case any fun business comes down from train station. Now, we have a bit of a glitch here with the door, trying to get into building 2, which kind of hinders our ability to continue to clear. Okay, yeah, I'm just like, look at that. That's just crazy. I was like, yeah, okay, bro, we're not going to do this. No, okay. Building 3 can have like two or three rogues on it. It's normally 1. That being said, when there's 2 or 3, it's quite an active platform up there. So the fact that it's not doesn't really concern us. So in this case now, I'm going to head down towards helicopter. If building 1 wants to engage me, I'm happy to take that fight. At range, you never want to fight AI at long ranges, or competent AI. I know scavs can just randomly head eyes you, but in general, bosses, rogues, raiders, PMCs, it's not a particularly good option to take them on from long range. They tend to miss very few shots, and the fight is normally over pretty quick. So I'm taking my chances here that the gunner that is actually active or potentially active on building 2 is going to maintain front right, and won't have an angle on me. So we're gonna, 1 second, let's just speed this part up. Okay, we're gonna take some milk energy. I think we've got some stims popped. Gonna take a bad peek back at building 2. Absolutely horrendous that was, by the way. That was Michael Jackson bad. So we're just going to basically W key over towards the helicopter at this point. Just lost interest of playing on the map. We're between the rain, just the general visual effects, the way that AI has been behaving, I had no cares. So just straight W key towards the helicopter. We'll just get in there and get down to cover now. We kind of would have, if he was on that 50 on building 3, he would have engaged us there. He didn't, so we'll come in here, place down the repeater, and because we're not actually under fire or in any rush to take cover, we're going to remain in here, out of sight, out of mind, until this objective is clear. Okay, that's that done. So we're going to press on and we're going to head out. We did check our exfils when we loaded in. We know that we've got Northern Pass, Mountain Pass, whatever it is, We took the wrong side here. We weren't meant to go left side, Jay. This is a good position down here to actually rotate because you're in cover, solid cover, and we should be able to withstand any incoming fire. Just going to rotate straight out. Now, the problem that we have here is we're still not particularly sure on the PMC team that is likely at the train station. So it's like, well, you know, the safe rotation. Oh wow, it's an army of scavs. We've got hardly any ammo at the moment. So the problem that we have is no stamina, is low ammo, low time. We don't really need to make it out of the raid, but ideally we would have headed for those rocks right in front, rotated left side on the beach, and then cut in at the last moment towards the exfil. However, you know, that's not always a valid option. So I decided, with all of the other madness that was going on around me at this particular moment in time, to head back over, trace ground, have a look around. I think I was just purely waffling at this moment in time. But pushing back into here, we've been here. We know that the chances of there being something in here is, you know, slim to none. But we're going to come back in and have a look around, and then head straight out from here up to our exfil. Now, unfortunately, you can't always just straight line W key on Lighthouse. There's going to be mines, and we've got to remember the actual angles that rogues and other things have on us. So our rotation to exfil from here. After checking the wiki, apparently they put mines in the road on the left. I don't know if that's true. I'm sure at one point during this wipe I've run out there plenty of times and not been blown up. But, you know, whatever. I didn't want to take any chances. So we're going to come back into this area here, and we're going to basically just challenge and take on these PMCs. Before we run up this bank and get absolutely smashed, remember there is still a possibility of there being a third rogue on building 2. So we're going to rotate nice and tight, and we're going to make sure he's not jumped on this 50 cal, and he's going to light us up on the way to exfil. Now, if there is one on this gun, the gun will be sitting a lot flatter than it is now. As you can see, it's pointing up at that weird sort of like 45-degree angle. There was no one on it, so we're good to move in. Now, I will warn you now that the scavs and PMCs tend to live with each other at train station. They don't seem to have much interest in fighting each other. And the train exfil does not work on PVE. Okay? It does not work. Look at these shots. Mighty. Easy one tap. So yeah, please don't try and take the train. It won't work. It will not work. So you'll just end up losing your whole kit like I did. Run into the train with like 30 seconds left in raid, and yeah, it just doesn't leave. Does not leave. I'm not sure if the train on reserve works. I never take it, but I would assume that we should probably, well, I assume that it does, but you know, it's Tarkov. Okay, so this rotation here again, we're just staying nice and right and nice and tight. Drop down on the left. Again, there's meant to be mines down here. I'm not sure I believe that particularly. I've run down this hill, all sorts of different lines and angles. I've probably covered every square foot of this area here, and never run into one, ever. There's meant to be one on the right and the left here. Again, don't believe it. That's why I was looking around. That's why I was looking around at the floor. Then I was like, okay, is there a mine here? No, there's not. And that's it. That's us at exfil.